Good afternoon, softball fans, and welcome out to beautiful Holy Savior Menard, the Eagles' nest, where it is time for softball. I am Doug Gann with 446Sports, and delighted to have with me in the booth today Mr. Danny Clear. Danny joins us all the way, well, from baseball over there, so right up the way. But Danny, welcome.
Excited to be here, man. Softball's some quick-paced, fun action, so excited to be here for today's game.
Look, I may not have all of the wit that your normal broadcast partner does, but we're going to have a lot of fun out here at this one. Had to shuffle some things around. Nick is with the crew over at Alexandria Senior High School tonight. We've got Grace Christian welcoming in Avoyelles Charter, and a big one out in DeVille as Buckeye host Tioga. Those are all up on our stations here at 446 Sports, and we're delighted to have you in this one. This one now, Danny, is an opportunity for the Lady Eagles to finish their district slate undefeated. They're already going to be the district champs in this one. This finishes them off undefeated on there. That big win against Kinder did the trick for them, but they're excited and ready to do this, and certainly playing loose. But it's great to see championship atmosphere here at Menard.
Yeah, and there's a lot to play for today too. They're hovering around that 8-9 power rankings position, and the way it looks, I think those 1 through 8 get the first round buys in that. So they're playing for a first round bye.
And there's still a lot of big softball. I know you had it pulled up on there too. They've got a lot of big contests to go. You're getting a look in at Coach Smith from Port Barre and Coach Turney here from Holy Savior Menard. Take a quick look at the starting lineups while you get that going. They'll announce them here, but we like to go over them. This is our Jerry Lee and Company starting lineups. Briley Dubach will lead off for Port Barre, the Lady Devils. She wears number 2 and plays shortstop. Kylie Landclose will play shortstop, she wears 6 and plays right field. Aubrey Smith will be behind the dish, and she wears number 9. Danae Latchney will be in the circle today for Port Barre, number 21. Jacelyn Corville, the left fielder, number 10. Mally Ledoux, number 15. She's at first base. Ada Young is the third baseman, wears number 1. Designated player tonight, Macy Swallow. She is number 7. And center fielder is Gabby Badgett. Gabby Badgett, B-A-G-E-N-T. She wears number 12. Out at second base will be number 3, Layla Bertram. Now the Jerry Lee and Company starting lineup for your Menard Lady Eagles. Leading off and playing center field, number 18, Sawyer Shelton. Batting second, playing left field, Annabelle Drago. At batting third, playing second base, where she was just on fire the other night, is Emma Davis. In the cleanup spot, number 5, Sophie Giordano. Batting fifth, Kenzie Lyles. She plays third base and hits the ball out of the park with regularity. Addie Wright will be over at first base, wearing number 17 in the circle. Number 13, Kaylee Methvin. Behind the dish, where she's been all season, Kate Parati wears number 1. Designated player tonight is Parker Nalbanian, and in right field, number 23, Abby Fingleton. And let's turn things over to our public address announcer now, and they will get things going. While we're waiting for that, you saw the schedule. What does it look like? Some of the big games that these Lady Eagles have coming up. I know that weekend on April the 5th, it may not reflect it on there, but they play Barbe and Calvary on the same day. And all Calvary's done is win the last 4 state titles.
Yeah. The Barbe is on the schedule, don't look like that. Then the Buckeye, South Boulevard, Florine, and Sacred Heart. They end the season with a tough one.
Yeah, Sacred Heart's going to be a battle. And, Coach Turney, we talked to him about it. They want to clean up some things from that Rapides game on Tuesday night. This is an opportunity for them to get back in. You get a look over at Port Barre. The Lady Red Devils are there, and those young ladies have played good ball this year. If they can play error-free softball, there's an opportunity in this one for them, and they would like nothing better to do. Those of you that follow along with us, you know who Jordan Taylor is. Well, there you get a look at him. He is also the assistant coach. He and his wife, Holly, are helping out Coach Smith in this one. Michelle Smith is the head coach. Jordan Taylor of Under the Lights had him up in the booth with us, and it was great to visit with him. You want to come out, though, in this one, Danny, and just leave no doubt. You need to get 3 up, 3 down early, and then come put a bunch of runs on the board. Yeah.
Assert yourself. The quality team that they are and what they're playing. They want to assert themselves and try to, like you said, try to leave no doubt.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're definitely loose. There's no doubt about it. This is a fun group. When we're out at Buffalo Wild Wings on Sunday nights, finding one, I have a harder time getting guys on baseball shows to talk than I do the young ladies.
Sure. And I do think we might have a dance battle lined up at least. We've got some of the guys convinced that they can hang with the girls. So.
I don't know about that. I'd be hard pressed to think that way.
I wouldn't disagree with you. So.
Wind is blowing, I guess, kind of catty-cornered in. It looks like mainly that it is coming in, but and now it's swirling is what they'll call that. Let's turn it over to our public address announcer, and we'll get things going. And we are back getting ready to get things going here once again defensively for you. In left field, it is Drago. Center field, Shelton. Right field will be Abby Fingleton. Third base is Kinsey Lyles. Shortstop, Sophie Giordano. Second base, Emma Davis. First base is Addie Wright in the battery tonight for the Lady Eagles, the same it has been for a while, and that is Kaylee Methvin in the circle and Kate Parati behind the dish. talked to the umpire when he was walking in, and of course we don't mention any names and all of that, but I told him there's a microphone behind home plate. He says he probably won't need it.
Yeah, he's familiar with mics, but yeah, you're right. He don't need it. He was a defensive line coach, so he's used to being loud.
Used to being loud indeed. Going to lead things off here, Briley Dubach. She wears number 2. She is the shortstop for this Lady Devils team. And there's a look at Annabelle, who makes her way out here to where we're at.
Coming into the season right now, Kaylee's thrown 83 innings. She is 4-2. 73 strikeouts.
First pitch tonight at 5:29, and that one is ground up the middle for a quick base hit right off the bat. And Dubach is there, and this is a team now, Danny, that put up 20. The good news, they've put up 24 runs in one game before. And what the bad news was, they gave up 33 in that game. So that was a difficult game filled with errors and an hour lightning delay. So you can imagine how long that one took. Runner at first here, ready to get things going. That one is lifted out to shortstop, and it's going to be made there by Giordano. She pulls that one in, and that is the first out of the game. That was Kylie Lanclose there that flew out to Giordano, and that will bring up the catcher, Aubrey Smith.
They swing early. 2 pitches.
Well, and that's the book on Meth Finish. She's going to try to establish that fastball to start with, and they're up there trying to hit it. But, you know, we've talked to Kaylee, who just celebrated her 500th strikeout a couple of weeks ago, and she says, look, I don't want strikeouts. I want to go out there and limit my pitch count. And she's doing that one. That one's another one that Giordano's got, and that's going to wrap that at bat up. Quickly, 2 outs here, and the pitcher for the Lady Devils is Danae Latchney. Latchney now. So you're right, they are getting good contact. Good looking fastball in there for the strike, and you're right about that home plate. We hear you, and we love that. That one lifted back.
Nice play.
Come up and get that one. So Kaylee does a great job. What do you have for us, Danny?
So no runs on 1 hit. 1 runner left on base. Coming up for Port Barre, for Menard, Shelton, Drago, and Davis.
We've all seen how quickly things can change. Everything from the world around us to the cost of things we use on a daily basis. That's why we all need someone in our corner to keep our family protected while still watching out for our pocketbook. I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. There's no better time than now to complete an insurance review to make sure you're properly covered and not paying too much. Whether it's in our office, at your home, or your place of business, let us help you find peace of mind. If you're in need of your insurance checkup, whether auto, home, or life, talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
We are back here at the Eagles Nest, and you see pitcher for Port Barre is Danae Latchney. She's in the circle tonight for Port Barre, and if you've not seen Sawyer Shelton, Danny, this is something you want to see. She bats from the left side. She is a slap hitter, but and slap she does. The home run, she had her first in her career in that Kinder game.
She's leading the team hitting, 450.
Uh-oh, there we go. That one is, get my hands on the right buttons here. Fouled out of play. And we'll see what the slap hitting center fielder is able to do. She watches that one outside for ball one. And boy, I know at home you can hear that wind blowing. It is certainly gusting.
Somebody get something in the air over this way. It'll probably
ducks under that one now. 2 balls and 1 strike. They are drawn in on the left side, expecting something on the ground hard, and they know that Sawyer runs well. Swung through that one and missed.
Change of speed on that. It's a good pitch.
Latchney is coming out going right after Shelton. She'll rock back and deliver this one. And a changeup hits Shelton. And she'll make her way down to first. And you know what that means, Danny. She's going to be around the third base pretty quick. Annabelle Drago will stride in. Annabelle is the left fielder here for Coach Turney. Don't know if she'll be off and going first pitch or not. She is. She's going to slide in safely, and that one was called a ball, but that gets Sawyer down, and we knew it would.
Already a runner in scoring position.
Just the question is, will she take off for third? She watches that one go. And we backed out the camera a little bit from last game, Danny. They were cutting off their legs, and so we fixed that, and now you get a good look at our runner at second base. Drago takes that change of speed, and that's probably been the most effective pitch for Latchney.
Right. Drago's hitting 370 on the season.
Yeah, the top of the lineup is so solid.
And she is probably the 8th leading hitter. So.
Right. Look, Lyles was hitting 9-hole, and you'll talk about her, I know, when she comes up, but she just pounds at just the 8th grader. Drago awaits this one, and it is ground off the glove, and that's going to get
no play at first.
Everybody safe. Boy, and that's a lot of times, Danny, you see chaos on that one, a ball, because your runner at second doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, she did well. See, that was and read it well. Judge, she could make it to third without a throw.
Runners at first and third now. That is Shelton in your screen on the right side of it, and Drago there for Emma Davis. Emma Davis played about as well defensively as you could in that last game. She dove for one in foul territory that she got, and then got one off of kind of an awkward hop for her. Swung on down the line.
Fair ball.
That's going to come around. 1 run is in. That'll chase around and off and going to third. We're going to have a play here at third, not in time. Safe at third. And that's a triple from Emma Davis that clears the bases. First 2 runs on the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. And the hard-hitting Sophie Giordano will stride in. Sophie's had the kind of senior year, Danny, that you'd hope she would have. That one foul over it. Boy, the Coach Turney watch is on. He's bobbled a lot of balls that have been hit to him this year.
I'll have to ask him about that. What's going on?
Did you have that with him in baseball?
Well, you know, he was over at first base for baseball, or in the dugout, but Coach Jordan was at third.
I got you. I didn't know if that's just a problem he's had dropping the ball this year or what.
I might have to ask him about the fungo golf. I didn't notice that going on.
A little bit of a change up inside. 2-0 early in this one. Couple of base hits for the Lady Eagles early on. And that hit by pitch to Shelton. Sophie takes that change up. 2 balls and 2 strikes now. There you get a good look at Davis. She had the triple that scored 2 runs, and that one is. All right, we're not gonna give him grief on that one.
No error on that.
That kind of pinballed away from him.
Well, short porch over there, so you got to watch the angles.
It gets there in a hurry. Sophie pounds that one over here. It's going to be a base hit right in front of us, an RBI for Giordano, and that'll score the run. Quickly, it's 3-0 in this one. Good job of Corville out in left field to gather that one and get it back in. And Kenzie Lyles, and so this is the opportunity. You need to put everything down and pay attention, because she'll put one right here on us quick. Was talking to her dad before the last game, and he says that they may or may not talk about hitting the ball right here to us.
She is fourth, hitting .377, but slugging, a little off-speed pitch there. She is slugging .869.
Yeah, she is. She leads the team in home runs, I think, with 7.
Yep.
Swung on and driven out
That's
here where
gone.
we're at. That's going to get into the street.
You called it, Doug.
Look, I'm telling you, it's not difficult to call them. All I did was wonder where it was going. And watch that they do. They'll do a little play action, throw her the ball, and she'll make the reception. And Kenzie Lyles just continues to dominate softball at this level, at the high school level. But wait, she's not taking high school classes either. Just an 8th grader. And they'll go out and have a visit on the mound.
Yeah, getting away a little early for her. Hit batsman didn't help. But they barreled up. Lady Eagles have barreled up some balls.
Kenzie Lyles, bro, I'm telling you, the last 2 that she's hit have, you can see in the medical technology part of there's 2 dents in there. Those both belong to Kenzie. This one now, she pulled it and got on the other side of us, and we're grateful for that.
No doubter, though, off the bat. It didn't matter if the wind was blowing out or not on that one.
Now, the wind wasn't going to be a factor. Boy, that is 5 runs on 4 hits already in this one, and it's all been hits. The one-hit batter was Shelton to lead things off, but everybody else has got a base hit.
Yep.
This is Addie Wright, the first baseman for Coach Turney and the Lady Eagles. That one up and out of the way. You know, and I'm impressed, too, because the work by Latchney, she's getting the ball right over the plate. That one is lifted high to
trouble.
the other.
That's
they're
trouble.
Gonna come off, and that kind of lands in that area where nobody gets to, and that's going to be a base hit for Addie Wright. And Kaylee Methvin will stride in. Methvin, the recipient of a lot of run support here early on. And the Lady Eagles, Danny, don't show signs of letting up.
Well, like we talked about before the game, they want to come out and assert themselves, and they're surely doing it.
We've got a couple of fans coming in from Port Barre now, and they look at the scoreboard as they come in and see that 5-0 deficit. That one ground to shortstop. Going to go over to second base with it and get the out, and that's good work at shortstop there by Briley Dubach.
Only play she had, went to her backhand.
So,
second baseman made the cover, and that was a great play from Port Barre.
Methvin reaches on a fielder's choice, and Amelie Lyons will come in to run. She is the other senior with Giordano. And there's one down now after 5 come across. This is Kate Perotti who will hit. She represents the 8th batter to hit in this one. Takes that one down low, misses ball 1. One down in the bottom of the first.
Perotti is, she's way down. She's 4th leading hitter on the team, hitting .417.
Way down, that's right. That one is over to the shortstop again. Snap throw back to first, not in time, as and I'm gonna have you change. Look, I'm gonna show you. You don't see it on here.
Oh, okay. Yep. Sorry.
Yep.
Gotcha.
No, you didn't know because it's not there. So 2 quick outs now for this Lady Devils team, and that'll get Parker Albanian, the designated player, to the plate. There you get a good look at Latchney and Albanian. That one right back up the middle. Shortstop's got her. She drops that one. Going to be safe at second, and that was right out of her glove. I think she started going towards the base before she had it.
Lady Eagles have batted around now. the 9th hitter to come to the plate.
Yeah, this is Shelton that will stride in. Shelton was hit by a pitch her first at bat. You get a good look at Sawyer there as she gets ready to go. This she left a couple of games because of the sun, I think, had gotten to her. Good to see an overcast day, and talk to her a little bit before the game, and she's feeling fine and ready to go.
Lynn Rollins would call this an oyster sky.
That one is smoked over to second base, and they're going to send Lyons around. And so Sawyer has a hit by pitch and a hit in this inning. That is the 6th run, Danny, to come across. Yeah, Lynn would call it a lot of different things depending on what it is. Lynn Rollins, a good friend of the program and voice of a lot of Tiger sports. Give another second stolen base to Shelton as she makes her way down to second. So runners at second and third now for Annabelle Drago. Drago smokes this one over to third. Actually, it's bobbled around there, and Shelton's going to be safe. That'll score the run. And I think that one was hit almost too soft to field.
Yeah, third base is tough. It's kind of like a ball hit right at you in center field in the air. It's tough to judge sometimes off the bat.
And when you're wanting to stay back on one, but that dirt, it just ate it up. Another run comes across. That one lifted down the line and over where the kids are playing around. That area that you see on your screen on that Saturday game against St. Fred's was filled with cookers and smokers and a lot of good times. So we don't mind those 2 games on Saturdays. 7-0, the Lady Eagles lead this. Emma Davis now strides in, Danny.
Davis tripled in the earlier in this inning.
That one up and out of the zone, trying to work that changeup that I think she held on to a little long. That one's going to be skied over towards third base, moving over there, and that's going to hit that netting. You saw Coach Turney just has to stand there. You can't move around or get in the way or any of that. And anytime you move, that's when you're subject to getting into the way of it. 1-2 count, though. Latchney with an opportunity to get out of this. Davis, we said, had the triple earlier. Change up there, ripped down the line and foul. She is getting ahead of that ball.
I think Latchney's trying to stay with her off-speed pitch.
Yeah, those fastballs have been hit hard from those Lady Eagles.
Nope.
Fouled that one off. And that's another one of those change-up that she just stayed on top of.
She cubed that off the end.
Get a look at Shelton there at third. And one thing you pick up on, too, here early on is that no stolen base attempt from Drago. Change up there, and still a whiff on that one. Please. Just never know what you're going to get with Coach Turney. Always has a good time out.
He's got to move his feet a little bit more. He's kind of flat-footed.
Is that what you're seeing? That one to third base, going to bounce around there. That won't be in time. And they thought about throwing back in, but that's going to be an infield single for Davis, and Sophie Giordano will come up. You don't want to look ahead, but if Giordano can reach, that'll bring Lyles up. Do you remember a time there's been 2 home runs in an inning?
No.
Right. I don't know of anybody that's seeing the ball any better statewide than Kinsey is. That one down the line here to third. And a collision at third base. So there may be obstruction. We're going to see what the call is.
Well, she didn't continue, though.
Right.
So that's what Coach is telling her right now. If you would have continued the run, even after you got that, you would have scored.
So give Sophie the base hit, and the bases are loaded now for Lyles, and they'll come out. We may not see Latchney face her. It's just the infield getting together. So you've not seen one. I don't know that I have either. What did she have? How many RBI on that first one? How many were on? Was there 2 on?
2 on.
And Coach Turney getting a little bit of an explanation there at home about the game. He's content with what he sees. You get a look at Lyles, and I asked her post-game interview what's she thinking when she gets into the box, and you know what she told me?
What's that?
Hit the ball hard.
You know, we had interviewed Peyton Procell, who's
Yes.
freshman as well, and he hits the ball well the other way, and so we thought maybe he had a concept of, wait and let the ball get deep and drive it to right field.
That changeup is weighted on and driven. There's 1 run, and you're going to see him get off and run. Sophie's going to come around, heading for third now. And I think might have had her if she got there. It's going to be a single, and the runs will come in to score on the error. So a single and a home run in this inning, and it's 11-0.
But at the coach's show, we asked Peyton, what's your approach at the plate? What do you, I see ball, hit ball.
Look, what happens is when they get older and they kind of get too smart for the game, that went over to second. Will be there to first to retire the side. Danny?
So that's 11 runs, 9 hits. 1 runner left on base. Coming up for Port Barre, Corville, Ladue, and Young.
Are home problems turning your life upside down? Trust Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing to save the day. From keeping you comfortable to plumbing repairs and even generators, we do it all. Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing, your one-stop solution for AC, plumbing, and generators. If you need us to save the day for you, call Southern Air Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing or visit us online at southernairnow.com.
And we are back here at the Eagles Nest. Just a reminder that Menard Lady Eagles softball is brought to you in part by Durand Family Investments. Looking for a residence in this area, go to DurandFamilyInvestments.com. They've got everything, and it's easy to apply right there on the website. Also, Eastside in the Circle. We appreciate those guys for helping bring you Menard Lady Eagles softball. That one swung on and missed. You have a big inning like that. The one thing you want to do if you're Methvin is get out of this, clean the inning, and get the bats back going. One misses down low and out of the zone. It's one thing you'll notice when you look at these stats on Kaylee. Does not walk a lot of batters. I'm just hoping that the old announcer jinx doesn't come into play right there, too.
I don't know anything about that.
Right, I know nothing. Methvin rocks back, delivers this one. It's swung on and missed and down on strikes. And they'll work that around the infield. This is about as good as I've seen the Lady Eagles hit the ball. A lot of times in games that get out of hand, Danny, you'll see it's a lot of walks and things. They put up 9 hits.
Yep, 1 hit batter. Other than that, it was barrels on balls.
That one fouled straight back near the microphone. I tucked it back in the padding, though, to make sure that I think we're okay back there. I'm setting myself up for some sort of a change.
Right?
Or not.
Keep talking.
Right. They're getting ready to get started around the way. We have 3 games coming up at 6 o'clock at the top of the hour. We told you Grace and Avoyelles Charter, Ash and Ruston, and Buckeye and Tioga all set to get started here in just a bit. That one up and out of the zone. 2 balls and 2 strikes. 1 down here in the top of the second. Danny's going to take that scoreboard back home to his normal broadcast and say, look, this is what we need. This is all right.
I don't know. Nick might make me work it if I do. So.
That's exactly right. Good old Nick. Again, Nick and Danny bring you Menard baseball on a regular basis. They're all home games. That one out of the reach of right, but Davis there to clean it up and get that out, and that's out number 2. Gonna have to ask Drago about that spin that she does after every out.
I don't know if the girls are as superstitious as the guys are, but, you know, it might just be one of those habits.
Well, she's got it with somebody in the infield.
Okay.
We'll have to keep an eye on that. That one is ground over to first base right.
Quick inning.
Get that one and over there. So, yeah, very quick, Danny.
No runs, no hits, nobody left on base. Coming up for the Lady Eagles, Methvin, Parati, and Nalbanian.
Central Louisiana. This is your home for live sports action. From the field to the court, 446 Sports delivers the games you love with expert commentary and passionate coverage. Cheer for your favorite athletes and relive the moments that define our community spirit. Our sponsors keep us in the game. Together, we bring you the best in local sports coverage. Join the 446 Sports family today. Watch, cheer, celebrate. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on social media. 446 Sports, where Central Louisiana comes to play.
You get a look at Kaylee Methvin there getting ready to stride in, giving up just the 1 hit in the first 2 innings that she has played. And so how are we staying pretty close to the game changer?
I think so.
When it comes to hits and errors and such?
Yeah, I think they gave a hit earlier that I might have given an error on, but I always say out there, we're not the official scorebook.
That's correct.
Of course, I got to go the other way with Coach Jordan. He's stingy.
Yeah, he's old baseball guys. They don't like to. They don't like to give in anything. Methvin down the line, and the streak continues. He's going to explain to him that it hit something in the dirt, and that's what happened on that one.
Again, he's flat-footed. He's sitting weight on it. You got to charge those, Coach.
You can't beat fun at the old ballpark. Here's the pitch inside.
That's
it's lifted
deep.
by Methvin. It's back.
That's gone.
And it is gone. Leadoff home run here in the bottom of the second for Kaylee Methvin. And ball just hit hard by these Lady Eagles.
Jumping off the bat today here at the park.
This Port Barre team, I'm telling you though, you look around and they're not fighting and they're not battling it. They're just there. Coach Smith is going to come in and visit with Latchney.
You know, they're 9-7 on the season.
Looks like we'll have a pitching change here, as that may do it for Latchney. We will get clarification on who that is that's coming in. perhaps making the change. I don't know. Coach Smith doing a great job, though, because this is an opportunity. You've got to get your young ladies settled down because you are having a pretty good year. Kate Parati, the catcher, Danny, from the first.
She was the fly out in the first inning.
Parati looking to get on the hit parade, takes that one up high. Boy, that leadoff shot by Methvin again. It didn't matter which way the wind was blowing. That was a no-doubter. That one up high. And out of the zone as well.
I don't get to call that many home runs over there at the baseball field.
Look, Ash baseball is deep, and we've had one home run out of the park in that one, and that was in that Ash Pineville game. But out here, we're calling a bunch of them. Yep, sometimes that happens in the button. It just closes that out. Good looking pitch there.
Take all the way on the 3-0.
3 balls and a strike here in this one. Parati looking to get something going. Takes that one up and out of the zone. Had to think about it just a bit, but she'll find her way down to first base. So both runners have reached here, one via the home run and one via the walk. And Parker Albanian will stride in. You're going to see another runner, and it was Lions the last time. And it's 31. I think that's a different one. It may just be the jersey here, but we'll pull up an old one and take a look at it. It may tell you in Game Changer too.
Yeah. Albanian was 1 for 1. Scored a run, left first inning.
That one down low. A tennis ball comes on the field, and so they'll get that taken care of. That did not go off of the field, though. It's different than that softball. You've got to throw that one. Mika Keogh is 31. So Keogh comes in to run for Methvin there. I'm going to get all kinds of trouble for not remembering her number there, but Parker Albanian strides in, ready to go. That one misses, and 2 balls and a strike. 12-0, Danny, in this one. Home runs by Lyles and Methvin. Both have been no-doubters. That one over here in front of us. That'll be fielded and got back in.
Another barrel on the ball right there. Just sitting back and taking good at bats.
And now the third time today, Sawyer Shelton will stride in.
Sawyer's 1 for 1. She was hit by a pitch in that first. Singled the second time up.
You get a good look at Sawyer there as she gets ready to go. Over towards shortstop, nobody covering, and that's going to load him up. That's a tough one to call there. Got to believe that was going to be a fielder's choice that she was would reach on. But a good job of running by Mika, and you see her now at third base there. And Annabelle Drago fires this one over between the center fielder and the right fielder. They'll get it back in, but not before 2 runs come across to score. New rule that's in place this year, Danny, that they put in after 2 runs. They've got the 20-run rule.
Okay.
Lady Eagles could actually end it in this one if they continue their big inning. That one lifted where over here. That one's not going to be out. That'll be caught. Runners tag up, and we'll go. Good work out here in left field to come over and get that one. But another run does come across. That will bring Sophie Giordano. So that one is ground over to third once again. They'll go across the diamond. It'll bounce there and safe at first as the ball bounces out. So Davis was the out. Giordano is there, and that brings up the hard-hitting 8th grader Kenzie Lyles. She's first interview we did with her, Danny, she was very nervous, and you could tell now she's a natural at it because we are
pro.
able to talk to her a lot. That one is going to be down the line.
Foul ball.
Foul ball, it's called, and they'll get that back in. So now, if those of you scoring at home, she has a single and a home run. The unfortunate thing, I don't think she'll have another at-bat after this one.
Right.
Should things keep going the way that they are. That one up and out of the zone. 35 minutes into this one, as our first pitch was at 5:29. That one off the hands and will roll foul. And Sophie will head back to first base. 16-0. You see it on the Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard. That one up and out of the zone, and being very, very comfortable with her, trying to get her to chase one there, I guess, at 1 and 2. Lyles lifts that one. It's going to stay on the infield, and it'll be caught there at second base, and that will retire Lyles for the first time today. Now you look around too, they're over that 15-run mark as well, so what comes into play, if they don't get to the 20, they have a chance to keep it there. So you'd like to get a couple of insurance here. That one stroked out there off the wall. It's gonna bang around there. Good piece of hitting, and hustling in for a stand-up double is Eddie Wright. The gloves, as the 2 home runs have been hit, but just didn't get it up in the air, or that would have flown out.
Second time in as many innings.
Leading off this inning, huh?
Yeah.
She homered to lead things off here, and give him one more shot at it there. So you're telling me you figured out the problem of why Coach Turney's not able to field the ground ball?
Yes. Hey, you lost a connection here.
It'll come back.
Okay. Yeah, I think he's too flat-footed. Got to charge those balls.
That one is hit sharply to
Yeah, another hard hit single.
Amelie Lyons now, or is that, no, that may be, yep, that's Amelie there. So now it's 17. You've got what is and another tennis ball on the field. This is the point where you, Coach Turner, you get over there and tell them, oh no, that one came in from the bullpen, it looked like, over the fence. Kate Parati now stands in, ready to go, and rock back the delivery. That one up and out of the zone. She leaves the yard with 1, and that will end it. She represents the walk-off run. That one up high. You know, you look at a game like this, and again, Danny, you see a lot of times it's just a lot of walks in this, and it's not been. It's just been more of that. But a beautiful job catching the line drive out in right field by Kaylee Lanclose, and that's Kylie Lanclose. That's a tough one. Danny?
6 runs, 4 hits, 2 runners left on base. Coming up for Port Barre, Swallow, Badgett, then back to the top to Duvac.
are back here to the Eagles' nest. Lady Eagles in control of this one. What do you have, 17 runs on 12 hits, Dan?
15 hits.
15
We had
hits.
11 hits in the first inning.
Yeah, goodness gracious. And Methvin looking to finish things out. And again, we told you about the rules that are in place so they can come in, and if they're ahead by 15 after 3 or 4, that will end it as well.
So coming into the top of the third, Methvin's thrown 16 pitches.
17 pitches swung on and missed there. And this is Young. Is that who that is?
I got Swallow.
Swallow, okay. So we got Swallow, Badgent, and then back to the top of Dubach. But I think you told me that. That one lifted foul and backing out of play. You said 16 pitches?
Yeah, so she's at 18 now.
18 now.
14 strikes.
Goodness gracious. She's thrown now as many pitches as the Lady Eagles have scored. That one fouled back as well. But I'm going to tell you, again, you look into the dugout of that Port Barre team, and there's not a bit of sit down or quit or anything out of those young ladies. Down on strike she goes.
There's a lot of emotion in softball, and they carry it over to the field, and they use it to their advantage. And look, you can't fault the team for still having some spirit.
Heck no, not at all. Gabby Badgent will stride in. That one is ground foul over there, and Coach Taylor doing a good job of getting that one. He's going to get a little bit of camera time there. He might be the play of the game there as he fielded that one. We're going to keep the camera and focus on that one's to Davis. So let's take a look at what Drago does post inning there, or post out. There you go. You saw it.
Yep.
So we'll now I think she's just got a gnat on her, I think was the problem there. So 2 up, 2 down in this one. And this is back to the top of the order. The young lady that got the base hit in this one early on is Briley Dubach, and she's got another one lifted out, but Davis is going to be there, and that'll wrap it up. And they're cheering that on because you're undefeated district champions, and you got to be careful. I don't know that you really want to dogpile after a 3-inning game, but they are the district champions now of and a tremendous season. A lot of softball left to go. They'll go out and shake hands, and they are your undefeated district champions. Congratulations to the Lady Eagles of Menard. That Kinder game was a big one to go beat them 9-2. What do you have for us in final numbers, Danny?
Final numbers: Port Barre Red Devils 0 runs, 1 hit, 3 errors. Lady Eagles had 17 runs on 15 hits, no errors. Drago led the way, going 3 for 3. Shelton was 2 for 2. We know the 2 big blasts from Lyles and Methvin. Methvin gets the win on the hill, or in the circle. Sorry, wrong sport. In the circle, 23 pitches.
23 pitches.
19 strikes.
I have nothing. Yeah, that was a tremendous effort from top to bottom, and we'll get a good look at your district
there they come.
Lady Eagles coming out this way. They're going to make their way out here. The champs are in the house. Tremendous work, and they'll wait on their coaches to come out here and visit. But you ever wonder what goes on after a game? Well, Danny, here you go. I still don't know if I've got it figured out what's going on. But so you like softball over those 3-hour baseball games?
Yeah, I mean, we'd be in the first inning right now over at the baseball game.
Indeed, and there's the wave, so we'll get everybody.
There they come.
There you go. That's what you like to see out of the Lady Eagles. And isn't it just new?
Look, the TikTok dances continue. A lot of spirit out there.
See, this is, I just didn't know.
What you know about me,
That is why I tell you, you can't beat fun at the old ballpark. Great work, Danny. That's going to wrap it up. We were, let's count it, 29, so 30 is 40, about a 45-minute ball game there.
Quick evening at work.
Yeah, not bad at all. That's going to wrap it up here from the Eagles Nest. Join us Sunday out at Buffalo Wild Wings there at 7 o'clock, where we will have Around the Diamond with Turney and Marks. The Lady Eagles are off the rest of the way and coming in and sliding in. See, just glad you don't miss things like that. This is where they'll come in and they'll announce the player of the game and they'll do all of that. But that's going to wrap it up. Stay tuned tonight. We'll have a quick interview with Turney. We'll have some words from our player of the game and get their reactions to being undefeated district champions. Danny Clear joining us in the booth today. Danny, thank you very much for being a part of this one. Sorry it couldn't have lasted longer.
I'm good with this.
He's good with that. That's going to put a wrap on it for Danny Clear and all of the district champion Lady Eagles. I am Doug Gann. God bless you all and good night.